All right. Let me see what time it is. 11. We getting ready to start in a few seconds. A couple more people are coming over. How y'all doing this morning? No. Y'all know I'm gonna make y'all, everybody in here. How y'all feeling this morning? All right. We should, these days and time, every day you wake up. Every day you wake up. You should feel blessed and feel that they are alive. You are alive. Good to see everybody. This is our November town hall meeting. These meetings are for you as students as we come together. Students and staff to just come together to get information, share good information, and have a good time. Because school could be boring. You know, I mean, school is not like you wake up and say, I'm going to go to school and have fun. Until you kind of deal with, y'all over in that area over there, then that's kind of fun. But school is not fun. I know. I remember after high school, I walked out the door and said, I'm never coming back to school again. I'm never coming back to school again. But guess what? I lied. I did not tell the truth. Because things happen, man. When technology happened, everybody had to go back to school. You had to learn technology again. So I don't care if you had a college degree, you had to go back and learn technology again. So that's part of our tenets as a school, that learning is a lifelong process. Because the thing that's going to come, the advent in society that's going to come after technology has already been produced. We just don't know. They haven't rolled it out yet. So it's going to be something else that we're going to have to learn. So always think of yourself as a lifelong learner. Now, let me ask this question. How many people in here need a job? If you need a job, raise your hand. If you want a job, raise your hand. Do you feel that if I sent you on a job interview tomorrow, do you have the clothing? Do you know what to say? Do you have your resume? Have you done research in the area that you plan on getting a job in? Because we just want to, like, somebody, hey man, here's a job, man, go see. That's how it used to be. They had somebody give something, go see. Today, you got to be prepared. You have to be prepared. So I want to bring to you the MVPs. Because at the end of the day, your end game is to be gainfully employed, being able to be self-sufficient, pay your bills, pay your mortgage, have somewhere to live. So I'm going to bring the MVPs, the most valuable people whose job it is to help you get prepared to be employed, but also to find leads to employment. So let's give a hand. I'll give them this. So when after the meeting is over with, they'll feel motivated. We got to go find out, make sure we get everybody a job that's qualified to go and work. So I'm going to bring up Mr. Noble and Ms. Owens, who are going to do a presentation. No, sit back there. They don't want they don't want no job. I'm going to bring up Mr. Noble and Ms. Owens, who are going to talk about employment opportunities. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. All right, so thank you guys for joining us this morning. We're just going to give you guys some brief updates on the different employment services that we're going to be providing throughout the school year, and then a few announcements that we have to share with you all. All right. So, all right, whenever you're ready, yeah, you can go ahead. All right, so first things first. Anytime that you meet with an employment specialist, it is one of our priorities to make sure that you set a goal. In life, you all have already set the goal by attending CCPrep. There is a specific program or a specific outcome that you all are trying to achieve. That's one of the first goals that you've already set. When you're working with an employment specialist, it's very vital that you set an end goal for yourself, right? You're coming to CCPrep, you're learning the different fundamentals for the different programs that you're currently enrolled in to eventually get employment, right? So when you set a career goal, it's very important to make sure that it's a SMART goal. You may already have a goal in place. We want to help you reach that goal.
Now, between your SSSs, your instructors, and the employment specialists, it's our responsibility to make sure that you reach that goal. And it's really important for us to make sure that you reach that goal, because we don't want to make it seem like your time here has been wasted. Is that fair? All right. All right, so in order to receive employment services, right, a lot of people are wondering, well, how do I meet with an employment specialist? When can I schedule a time to meet with them? Do I just email them out of the blue? Well, we do have a process in place, because we don't want you all emailing us all at one time, and then there's this long list of people and no one is actually being served properly. So for the students that are working with their SSSs, you have to notify your appointed SSS if you are in need of any employment-related services. This way they can verify and let us know what specifically your service. I want to work for the government. I want to be an FBI private investigator. Oh, I know you said this. Well, thank you for sharing. And at some point, we'll actually meet with you so we can talk more about that. So thank you. But the referral process, in order for you to receive some of those opportunities and talk more about what you just shared, you would actually have to notify your student success specialist to provide that information for us. All right? Okay. And then as far as the instructors also have the liberty to let us know that if you're a candidate that they believe is ready to work, or that they feel that this is a specific area that you need to go in, or you are already ready for employment, they'll refer you over to us as well. So if you are showing up for class, if you're on time, if you're showing that you're doing everything that you need to do to perform and excel in the classroom setting, they're going to let us know. They're going to keep us aware of your progress in the classroom, because that's showing your work ethic at this stage, and that's something that's very important for when you get on the actual job, work ethic. You can move on. All right, so we have a few updates. As of now, we do have alumni career services. So once you've actually transitioned out of your program, it's not a farewell. We still work with you, because a lot of times people like to take their time and focus and prioritize what they're learning before actually focusing on employment. And I do understand that myself. I did that when I was in college. I didn't want to take my focus away from what it was that I was learning, because I didn't want to miss anything, right? So I took my time. And then after I matriculated, I finally got employment. And so for students that are looking to do that, we do have alumni career services. So we'll provide more information in a detailed an outlook, if you will, on how that process will take place. All right, so November 8th. Everybody say November 8th.
November 8th.
One more time, November 8th.
November 8th.
From 12 to 1, we will have employment services orientation. Make some noise. Make some noise, because we work hard on this. I need some more hand claps. I'm just kidding. No, we love what we do. But no, this is an opportunity for you all to come and actually just have a conversation around employment services, what your needs are specifically, what are some concerns that you have about the employment market. We have a lot of information to share with you all. And I know a lot of times you may say, well, I need to meet with you, I need to meet with you. There's a few things that I want to talk about. How's my resume look? Well, there's a lot of information that we need to share with you all before we get to that point. And there's a lot of information that's happening within the economy that affects you directly. There's a lot of information that's happening, within the district, and as well, that's happening outside of our borders, if you will. So, and this does directly affect you with technology advancing every day. We have to make sure that you guys are aware of this information. So this orientation is going to talk a little bit about some of that, talking about the processes that we have in place. I'm going into detail about our services.
Going into details about the pathways, the level of career services that you are available for, and things of that nature. So when you come, we'll be able to tell you different avenues you can take for each pathway.
So with that information, we want to make sure that you all are fully aware of the processes that are in place and the services that we provide, because we want to see you succeed. So we're going to overwhelm you with information, but we're going to do it in increments so that way you can retain the information and put it to good use. All right. So come ready to learn. All right. November 8th. From what time? Oh, everybody get it today. Okay. Go ahead. And, oh, I'm sorry, and it's gonna be located at MLK. So, just to actually, thank you for saying that. If you are, if you're gonna be here for class at, let's say, before 12 o'clock, be sure to take the shuttle and come on over. If you have any concerns or if you're not aware of how that process looks, please reach out to me today. Or I'll give you my email so that way you can contact me, but it's best to just do it today so we can figure out a way to get you over there for that day and that time. All right?
Mr. Noble?
Oh, did you want to talk about this?
Was it Ms. Mercer? Did you have a question?
Yes. Do we need to bring anything on the orientation day?
Yes, bring yourself, bring a snack, and bring something to write with.
Oh, like resumes, and we don't have to bring any of that?
No, just make sure you have something to take notes with.
Okay, thank you.
So coming in January 28th, mark the date, you'll be having the first CCPrep Student Career Summit. We're excited. We're going to bring employers, we're going to bring alumnus, and we're going to have the students. And it's going to be sort of like a round table. You're going to get information from each employer for each pathway of what it took for them to get where they are, some of the best practices, and also some problems they ran into when trying to get into the pathway that they wanted to. Oh, it's 2022.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. It's January 28th, 2022. We're excited because we're going to have a couple guest speakers there. We're going to have individuals from HVAC, IT, administrative professions, and some prestigious guest speakers from the Ward 8 and Ward 7. So that's something we're working on right now. We're excited about it. And we hope we want everyone to attend, all students and staff, because this is going to be something that's going to impact CCPrep for years to come. And if we deliver the services correctly, everybody will be gainfully employed once they transition out.
All right. So we have a few congratulations that we want to share with you all. So make some noise for our 3 finalists who have received employment. Let's go ahead and give them a round of applause. So first up, guys, we want to make sure that we, while we're highlighting these individuals, we want to make sure that, I know usually this is something you say after the fact, but before the fact, I want you to keep this in mind. Your name can go up here. This is not something that it's out of reach. This is something that you have already said to yourself, I am going to enroll into CCPrep. I am going to enroll into this program. I'm going to learn the functionalities of these different certifications to gain meaningful employment. Here is an example. First up, we have Beverly Bracy. Is he online?
I'm not sure.
Shout out to Ms. Nixon. Ms. Beverly Bracy is a new student here at CCPrep. And we both pre-screened Mr. Bracy. We informed all of the HVAC students that there was an opportunity that was available and that we were going to be pre-screening these individuals for a final interview with the company. Now, this company that we have a relationship was looking for individuals that were very professional, ready to work, and were consistent in their work ethic. So just a little bit about Mr. Beverly Bracy. What stood out, right? He did an awesome job in his pre-screen interview with Ms. Owens and I, and was very professional, timely with committing to deliverables in order to be granted a final interview. That's one of the things that employers look for, right? Timely and professional. That's what stood out. Next, we have Mr. Edward Hayward. Make some noise, Mr. Hayward. There he is. Come on over here. Come on over here. So we wanted to shout out Mr. Hayward because, again, what stood out for me with Mr. Hayward is that he took the initiative. Now, there was a mistake on the actual email that went out. And so he came in person to follow up to make sure, like, hey, hold on now. is, are you sure it's this date? Because I want to make sure that my name is on this list so I can be interviewed for this position. And sure enough, that initiative led him to employment. So special shout out to Mr. Hayward. And then we also have an alumnus shout out. Now, this is a recent alumnus. This student, Mr. Lancaster, we've been working, I want to say at least 3 months consistently, working 3 months. When he shared with me that he was interested in IT, I spoke with Mr. Sims to get a bit of background information about him. I spoke with Mr. Ball, because that's what we like to do. It's a holistic approach. It's a wraparound service. We want to make sure that we're touching every avenue to make sure that we know exactly where you're excelling and where you're not excelling, because we don't want to put you in a position or a job that you're not going to excel in. So by doing that, we were able to build out a plan, a career plan and a career objective to figure out which would be the best avenue for him to excel. Ultimately, after going on multiple interviews, one of the things that he said to me was, you know, I don't know if I'm qualified. I said, Mr. Lancaster, how many interviews have you gone on since we've met? 5. That doesn't stand out to you? That doesn't seem like a success to you? You have to realize there are people that are inching to just get an interview. You have 5 in the IT sector, mind you. You're doing an excellent job. Even though you haven't gotten that yes yet, you're still progressing. And by doing that, by him staying consistent, by him continually meeting, by him making all the edits that I would send back to him with all the red lines, he came through, he did what he needed to do, and he ultimately landed an IT support technician tier 2 position for OTOC within DC. So give him a special shout out. That concludes our shout outs for today, but we're going to be shouting out more students. We want to also shout out students that are progressing towards employment. If you're getting interviews, we want to shout you out. This is getting a job and building towards a career is a very hard process, mind you. Everybody that you see right here, even myself speaking, we've all been in your shoes. We can all relate. And that's what makes this whole group so special, because we're working with one another to build on your goals. All right? Was there anything else that you wanted to say?
No, I just look forward to seeing everyone on Monday, and I look forward to working with everyone.
That is so promising. I mean, everybody in here got a shot. But the key thing that I heard in that presentation was that he talked to Mr. Ball, and Mr. Sims. Your relationships with people, how people perceive you, you coming to class, you participating, goes a long way sometimes to you getting the opportunity. If you're in class cutting up, you're not coming, you're coming in late. What is that person's perception going to be of you? Speaking about being late, why should everybody be on time for school on Monday? No. Time goes back. Everybody gets an extra hour to get to school on time. Nobody should be late for school on Monday. So I'm gonna be out there with a camera watching people get to school late. Got a whole extra hour. Got to get some extra rest. So everybody should be on time. We have a very important, talking about seriousness. And I want to clap the staff, clap it up for those students who've been coming in the building. No offense to our online people, no offense. But for the people coming in the building, because we got something very important that we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks that every student in here plays a role in. So I'm going to bring Dr. Henry up. He's going to talk about the QSR. He'll tell you what those initials stand for. As he comes, this is something very important for CCPrep in the next couple of weeks.
Always informative, always full energy. It's good to see people out here today. This is really good. Now, got a quick question from the start. How many know that next year CCPrep celebrates a major milestone? Raise your hand. If you're a student. Staff hand. Okay, so next year, CCPrep celebrates 10 years of existence. Let's give it up for our hard work and our perseverance. Are our successes. You are. Point to yourself. I am a CCPrep success. That's right. Speak it over before it happens. Now, well, with all charter schools, there are a few things that happen every year. There are performance evaluations, there are milestones that include additional evaluations. So since next year is our 10-year milestone, this year the charter board will be coming in to do some observations and review our program. And they're going to do it on the ground. What that means, they're going to be coming into classrooms, speaking to you, observing your classroom, talking to some instructors. And they want to just get an idea of what instruction looks like at CCPrep and what the climate of the classroom looks like, just to gauge your experience. They're going to interview random instructions, so I say random, and students. So if someone asks you about your experience, they may pull you aside just after class. You have the right to say, no, thank you, but we encourage you to have a conversation with them and just to share your experience here at CCPrep. Now you'll see the review team, they'll probably be sitting at the back of your classroom, just observing. They're not going to interrupt the instruction, they're just going to be there. They will approach you after class. And the process is called our Quality Site Review, which is QSR. And so we have a 2-week window in which they can come in. QSR. So during our window period is starting Monday the 8th through the 19th. So any day between that time, of course, not the 11th and 12th, because where will we be? Home. On break. Rejuvenate and enjoying Veterans Day. So they may pop up anytime between the 8th and the 19th, excluding those 2 days. So we just want to make sure that you're aware that we're having guests come in. They're coming in to see you, to see the instructors. So we just want to make sure that we're all prepared. It's important that you come in and do what you normally do, participate in class. If you're online, do the same thing. In class, they're not going to interrupt you. But it's very important for us to tell our story, and you are our story. Everyone ready? All right. Ms. Webster, who's next?
Ms. Webster has a wellness update for us.
Come on, Ms. Webster. Well, you.
Good morning, family. Am I loud enough? I like your boo. Thank you so much. They like you too. How's everybody feeling this morning? Good. All right, you know how we start out. Take a breath. Hold it. Let that thing go. One more. And one more. All right. How'd that feel? Give me some energy. I had to deal with some nervous energy this morning. Getting prepared for today. Thank you. Thank you. Give me all right. And that's how we do it sometimes. We help each other get through the moment. We rely on each other. I need you just as much as you need me. Okay. Ms. Webster?
Imagine if I was prepared and
It's all good.
had it queued
Okay,
up.
what's up at WellU? And if you don't know what WellU is the wellness function that was introduced this year for our students and staff because we care about you personally just as much as we do academically. Alrighty, these images on the front are reflections of the work we do behind the scenes on Sundays and Saturdays. Mr. Newbern, myself, we show up to get things done to make sure that Care Kitchen looks like it should and has everything that you need in it, as well as the haberdashery and boutique. All righty, one thing we provide for you that you have access to from 9 to 8:45 every day, food assistance. There's Ms. Davis right there.
Can you
And
give
that's
us
our
the,
fitness instructor right there. She actually partook in some of the food that we provide as well on the Go Fitness Thursday.
can you give us the hours again?
What are the hours again?
9 a.m.
Okay,
and we got to work out some evening situations, but right now we typically close at 5.
all right, thank you.
Get in there between 9 and 5, you can definitely get some food and clothing assistance. Now the school is open until 8:45. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock at the MLK site. Young lady who asked about Go Fitness. Okay, 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay.
And clothing assistance. This is what's been happening with some of your peers. Folks are coming in and getting outfitted, suited and booted, all of that wonderful good stuff. And it's good stuff too. We're like consignment shop. This isn't Goodwill, okay? Yeah, we're doing it right for you. All right, let's go. Okay, well-you-centered program. What you can look for and what things that we have already provided this year, parenting workshop. These are the individuals who graduated. Financial literacy. Give it up. Also, Go Fitness Life Planning happens on Fridays at 10 a.m. with Amanda Stevenson of the Fresh Food Factory. We've got a meeting coming up, a collaborative meeting with the Well Youth team, Dr. Henry, Mr. Gore, and student support. Trying to figure out some things we can get together for you guys to do on Friday. Okay? And we're thinking about yoga maybe. How y'all feel about yoga? Okay, maybe some yoga at 6 in the afternoon, maybe after class or before you go home. And then we have Dr. Oha, who is our on-site social worker who can provide counseling. We've already had students and staff who have availed themselves of her presence. All you have to do is reach out to us and we'll get you connected. How we connect with you. You're going to hear this from so many different places because we want to saturate your mind with the understanding that we need you just as much as you need us. In person, through outreach to you via text, email, social media, and word of mouth. We rely upon you to use your CCPrep email addresses, so please use them. That's how we forward information to the collective of CCPrep, staff and students, okay? As well as messaging through your relationships with your student success specialist, your employment specialist, and your instructors and interventionists. These are the individuals who share information with us so we can better serve you. And there's a recycling that happens because we share information with them that makes it easier for them to serve you in the classroom and during your monthly meetings. This is what you've had to say. We added comments to the shopping sheets down at the haberdashery and the care kitchen. Thank you. Thanks for the love. Great clothes, better stylists. Mr. Newbern is hooking people up. I'm telling you, he is really good at what he does. Well, you can count on Mr. Good for a slick comment to make you laugh. I love what you have done. It looks wonderful. Thank you for the support. One student just said good. I like that. God did everything that was good, so I appreciate that. Thank you all for everything. Thank you. Thank you so much. Next. Our attention to your needs as adults is greatly dependent upon your presence and your voice. Communicate with us by visiting or calling us at 2405 MLK Avenue. And the number is 202-610-5780. And you can email us at wellness@ccprep-academy.org. We are always available for you, okay? Alrighty. Phone number 202-610 5780. And I want to leave you with an encouragement. Your interest, your participation, and your completion means everything to us. Without your interest, participation, and completion, we don't have outcomes. That means we're not giving you what we say you walk away here with. If you avail yourself of what we're offering, come, take part, participate. Don't just be interested, participate and complete some things, okay? And in the meantime, love the person you are right now. Who you are right in this minute. Because now is all we ever really have. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Give yourself a pat for showing up. But sometimes it's hard to get out of bed first thing in the morning to come in here and do this work or to learn. And in these times, like Mr. Nixon said, it's tough on a regular basis. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get up. Because it's so much to think about. Because we're thinking about 350 to 400 to 600 people on a regular basis that we're serving. And we want you to have the best because we want you to walk in what is the best. And that's you, your best stuff, okay? Be gentle with yourselves, okay? We love you.
All right, well, so Thursday, how many people gonna meet me in MLK Thursday, 2 o'clock to do Go-Go Fitness? How many people gonna come down? I want some people. I'm gonna do Go-Go Fitness this Thursday. We're gonna do Go-Go Fitness. Huh? I'm gonna be there. I know I saw you working out. I didn't have my workout clothes. I didn't have my workout clothes, but I guarantee.
Thank you, Ms. Davis.
I got you, Miss Davis. I pass out before you. I'm telling you, the Go-Go Fitness is great. I was kind of mad that I didn't bring my stuff because the music, the Go-Go music is just my thing. So I'm out there just like, man, I want to get engaged, but I got on shoes and a dress shirt, and they haven't changed the clothes. So I didn't want to do that. Some dates that you all need to be aware of. If you're not already, next week, we are not in school on the 11th and 12th. The building will be closed. Veterans Day is on the 11th, which is a federal holiday, and then the 12th will also be out as well for a rejuvenation day. So do not come to school on the 11th and 12th. Y'all know we got cameras out there, security cameras. And it's funny to watch people walk up to the door. It's dark, they looking through there like somebody gonna be there. And we can see y'all on camera. School is closed the 11th and the 12th. Then for Thanksgiving, school will be closed the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. So you'll come back that following Monday. Now I'm gonna warn y'all about these long breaks. Some of y'all pick up bad habits. I'm so used to rolling over in the bed in the morning, and then Monday comes, I'm just gonna get one more day. And then one more day, I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. Please come back to school the following day. And I know we had the Thanksgiving sides that will be given out. So if you have not signed up yet, please make sure you get your name on the list because there's only 150 slots available. Go, you contact your SSS. Let them know that you want to participate in the Thanksgiving sides. Because think about it, we got 570 students. 150 is a small portion, so take care of that this week so you can make sure that your name, and they have some good stuff. As I always say, when y'all don't do what you're supposed to do, and come and pick your stuff up, I'm lurking. I'm lurking. I'm like, man, I want one of those things. I'm gonna take it home because I go through that grocery store and you get to the counter and you got 10 things and it comes close to $100. You like, you looking down there like, And this used to cost about like $50, $60. It's almost $100. So please take advantage of that. So please make sure you don't come to schools. We'll remind you again, you'll get an email. Don't come to school these days, those days. Next person I'm going to introduce to you is a man that needs no introduction. So I'm not going to introduce him. No, this is our CEO, the leader of our school, Dr. Lodi, is going to come and talk about our inclement weather policy and some, I guess, other stuff that he wants to talk about. He's the second funniest guy at CCPrep after me.
What an introduction. Thank you very much. What an honor, too, to be second after you. Some of this will be exciting for you to hear. Some of this will not be exciting, but whether you like it or not, it's going to start getting colder and colder and colder. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about inclement weather, like what happens at CCPrep. Last year, there was no such thing as a snow day. We're all home, right? We're all teleworking, teleschooling, child caring, doing all that telesurviving. Now that we're back in the building, we have to remind ourselves what our process is when the weather gets to a point where it's unsafe or we are unable to have in-school instruction. And there's a couple of scenarios, right? Because sometimes it's about weather. Sometimes the roads are impassable, which means buses and cars and our feet can't get where we need to go. So in that case, anytime CCPrep chooses to close operations, we will communicate to you in a variety of ways. We will send you an email, and I will try, since you're trying to figure out, well, who do we get upset with if we don't like the decision? I'm the one who makes the decision whether or not school opens and closes. So you can direct all your emails and phone calls to me. So I try to make the decision about school closure the night before. I try not to be the 5 a.m., 6 a.m. decision maker that like DCPS and other charter schools do. I try to give everybody, particularly those who are traveling from far away, enough notice. So I try to make the announcement and the notification the night before. So you will receive an email in your CCPrep email. A social media post will go out in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. A pop-up message will go onto our school website. And we will also notify NBC and WTOP and Fox for TV notifications. That is in the event CCPrep closes. It's important to know, and I don't know if you know this, but outside of DC Public Schools, which is a school district, every charter school in the District of Columbia is its own school district. So every charter school has its own ability to open and close school at their own design. That's why some charters might be early dismissal, but DCPS isn't. Or one charter school is this, another charter school isn't. So CCPrep is its own school district. So there are times where we might be closed, but DCPS might be open. Like if we have a power outage, or if we have no running water. There are circumstances where I might have to close a campus or both campuses. We will notify you in the same exact way as a school closure. We will also take into consideration, even though many of us are equipped with computers to work on our school remotely, we at CCPrep are unique in that we understand if DCPS is closed or other charters are closed, many of our students are now caretakers and watching children at home. So for us to say, oh, okay, just open up your laptop, we learned from last year when everybody was home that sometimes that's not a good fit. So we're just going to go ahead and do one of two things. We're either going to close for the day, or if we are closed because of a power outage or a situation where all the other schools are open and CCPrep just happens to close, each instructor is going to have a bank of assignments that you will be able to access with the direction of your instructors so that you can work on your own at home and remain engaged in school. So it'll be a day out of the building, but you will still get counted as participating in school for that day. So I may have confused you even more by sharing all of this, but just to let you know, there are so many different possible scenarios. No matter what the scenario is, we will communicate to you clearly. We will communicate with you early, and we will give you enough time and resources to be successful, whatever the structure is, whether you're working at home or you are off for the day. And we will update that every day. Because sometimes, you know, with the snow, it might be 2 days off. So the next day, you will get another notice. We will go day by day so you know clearly what the operational status is for CCPrep. So some of you are excited about that because you like snow days. Others are like, no, I don't want snow at all. Let me wait for the spring. Either way, we have to be prepared for it. So that is going to be our operational plan at CCPrep. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I heard you call out Channel 9, Channel 4, and Fox. You gonna do Channel 7?
We can add that.
That we can add WABC.
No, I'm just asking because
No,
I don't even watch it, but I just want to make sure that all the channels are covered.
we try to get all the major. We can see. At our current plan, we don't, but we have NBC.
Because if one of them go out, maybe the other pick it up.
And hope, right? And hopefully you're all checking your CCPrep email, or you're going to the website, or you're checking your Instagram in between your TikTok videos, and you're doing all these other things, right? But we're trying to get as many touch points as possible.
Okay.
And hopefully you will see that notification sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sure. All right, I'm going to hand this over to the first funniest man of CCPrep.
So he gonna challenge you for a title. We may have to have a stand-up one time. See who has the crown. Now we get to the citing part. We're gonna be acknowledging you all, the students, for your accomplishments in the classroom, but we want to, do we have any November birthdays? Any November birthdays? Mr. Noble. What's your birthday? The 29th? The 7th? Who back? The 21st? Any other Novembers? What day your birthday on? The 21st? Okay, and I'm on November the 6th, so my birthday is on Saturday. So if y'all don't see me on Monday, no, happy birthday. I will be here on Monday. So November is probably one of the best months of the year. September.
July, we'll fight.
July. All right. So we're going to have Mr. Ball come first, and we're going to acknowledge some students. This is a great part of, people have done some stuff already.
Good morning again, everybody.
I need everybody. Got to acknowledge greatness. When Mr. Ball has stepped in for Mr. Burks and is leading the HVAC class, and he has done a phenomenal job. Should be acknowledged for that. I was looking at the attendance this morning, and I was like, yeah, so you're doing a great job, man. I love you.
Mr. Nixon, that means a lot to me. For those of you who might not be so veteran at CCPrep or might be newer students, one thing that you should know about Mr. Nixon is he is in many ways the founder of the feast when it comes to what we're able to do with our HVAC training. So I want to, in equal measure, share and acclaim you in terms of what we've been able to do. And I want to thank you and Mr. Jackson for your support in moving the students forward. Yes, indeed. And as Mr. Nixon just said, we have had a kickoff with adversity in our HVAC program, but we've also had a kickoff with a lot of promise and opportunity, thanks to the resources designed and the lesson plans built by Mr. Burks for our students. We're taking our HVAC program to the next level no matter what. The first testament to that was you all. HVAC students kept coming to class. Even though I wasn't going to sell wolf tickets and say, oh yeah, I'm going to have a trained instructor here for you tomorrow, when we knew we didn't have an application in yet, and students are continuing to persist in their work. So it is my privilege and it is my pleasure to start off student celebrations this year with our first milestone achievements in the HVAC class. For those of you who do not know, you need to pass 4 different tests to earn your EPA 608 universal certification as an HVAC technician. Now, the first of those tests is the core, and our first group of students sat down for that exam this past Thursday, and I'm so pleased today to share with you and acclaim the students who've already passed their core certification exam for HVAC. From the 6 o'clock class, I want to give a big shout out to the following students: Mr. Terrell Chandler, Mr. Danico Eckerberg, Mr. Trayvon Johnson, and Mr. Christopher Taylor. In our 7:30 class, I want to acclaim Mr. Najee Glanville, Philip Hurd, Isaiah Hubbard, Taiwan Jones, Ryan Pope, Sade Watkins, and Paris White. Now, we all know that showing out is a big part of what we do at CCPrep, and we also know that you can't show out if you don't show up. We are in hard times, and we are impressed by the dedication of those students who've been able to come, not just most of the time, but all of the time. For those of you coming most of the time, keep it up. We know you can do better. For those of you coming some of the time, see if you can push that to most of the time. But today we want to acclaim those students who've had perfect attendance. First, we're going to do the students for the month of September and October. Now, unfortunately, there are so many names, I'm going to ask you to hold your applause till the end for these lists, because we have a significant number of students. We want to give everybody their due. So I'm going to go through this list, and let's have our applause at the end, unless you really can't control yourself. If your homie's on this list, just go ahead and give him a shout out. The first students who have perfect attendance for the months of September and October are Rochelle Adams, Adara Bailey, Delonte Brown, Elaine Davis, Terrence Davis, Selena Harris, Darlene Isaac, Anton Johnson, Marshall Jones, Taiwan Jones, Wanda Joins, Cyrita Lee, Yi Lee, Juvenile Matthias, Janice Monroe, Margaret Palmer, Charles Patterson, Jesse Redmond, Henrietta Rose, Brian Thomas, Shireen Watson, Ronald Williams, the 1984 model, not the 1996 model, and Andre Wilson. Shout out to those students for perfect attendance in the first 2 months of the school year. Fantastic work. Now we're going to acclaim our students with October perfect attendance. And when I get to one name, I'm going to pause real quick because I have to share a brief story with you, and then a real quick story, and then we'll persist with the rest of the list. So, James Berry, Kwame Booker, Kyrie Bowman, Lavon Brooks, Karen Buckner, Terrell Chandler, Tatiana Cross, Sylvia Draper, and Danico Eckerberg. Let's give a round of applause for those students first off. I have a little bit of bad news and then some fantastic news. Mr. Eckerberg is not going to have perfect attendance for the month of November, and I was shocked because he'd been in class like clockwork. And I got an email from him, Monday's absence. I'm sorry about missing yesterday's class. I wasn't able to get in. I was at the hospital for the birth of my son. I'll be there tonight, thank you. Sometimes there is a very good reason to miss class, is my point there. And it might knock you out of perfect attendance, but we know that sometimes there's more important things. So let's continue with our October perfect attendance list. Camion Bison, Dontrese Gallion, Kimberly Grafton, Shamika Henson, Ayana Holbrook, Stephen Holmes, Keitha Hood, Carrera Mahoney, Vivian Mercer, Kamisha Napper, Oluwakemi Oyaleti, Patricia Page, Felicia Parks, Michelle Parks Robinson, Linwood Perry, Osaze Priester, Jamil Robinson, Delonte Sinclair, Kelly Thompson, Sanchez Threadgill, Rashid Van Putten, Shelton Wallace, Sabrina Walls, Ryan Watson, Ronald Williams, the 1996 model, and Juanita Wilson. Big shout out to all of our October students. When a promising start like this, I know that we are in for a fantastic year, no matter what life throws at us next as a school and as a community. Thank you all for continuing to uphold yourselves and each other. And a big shout out to everybody who heard their name today.
And next month, it might be you. So we about to do this right before we come up. How many people here know that you gotta take a TABE post-assessment? Raise your hand if you know that. You gotta take the TABE post-assessment. I don't wanna hear, this is the sentence I don't want to, I didn't know we had to take the TABE.
What? I didn't hear.
We're gonna acknowledge some people for their hard work on their TABE post-assessment. Dr. Henry's gonna come and acknowledge those individuals.
Okay, is very important. We just started our initial post-test window last week. And so we had about 4 classes to participate in this first assessment. And so out of that group, we have 4 students that made a level gain. They moved up a level. They were at level 2. And after 6 weeks, they moved to level 3. And they're representing the GED pathway, administrative professional pathway, HVAC, and trade essentials. First, give a round of applause for Mr. Dante Campbell. Denise Monroe. Ariane Moore. And Antonio Smith. We're going to be doing this from now through December 10th, which is our first round. So your TABE assessment will be done in your class and you don't have to come up for a separate time. And we don't have to chase you down because we're going to get you right there in class and get you finished. What we're going to do is going to have some incentives for those that complete. And so we'll announce those next month. Next month, we'll have a lot more names to go over because I know a lot of people are making games. Are you one of those people? You have any games in the house?
Arian is on virtual.
I'm on virtual.
Miss Ariane. There she is.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So,
Uncle, come look at my name before they delete it.
Mr. Ball did not say that he also passed the HVAC. Almost perfect score, but he scored and passed. Give him a round of applause.
Where's Ariane? There's more. No, okay.
I'm right here, I'm on Zoom.
You must not have your hair done or something. What's wrong? We can't see you on the screen.
Oh, my camera don't work.
I'm just messing with you.
You joking?
That I got jokes. Is anybody here from the student government? Anybody here to represent student government? Oh, there you go. Come on up here. You got something for us, man. We don't want to disclude you. Now, also, Mr. Gold, correct me if I'm wrong. They're looking for another student to serve on the board for the school. The board is the actual policy-making group that actually manages and runs CCPrep. So if you are interested, we'll get an announcement out. But if you're interested, and part of that means that you have to go and advocate and present the student viewpoint at the board meeting. So I'm gonna turn it over to your student government president, Mr. Anton Johnson, who's also on my caseload.
Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna be brief. Okay, first of all, everybody knew Miss Simona Campbell, who was our vice president. Ms. Campbell has gotten a job, which is moving up in life, upward mobility wise. And so my program chair and I, Ms. Gemma Abraham. You guys. Professional. Okay, and so we decided that it's better that we appoint a vice president. And so that whether you would like to bring up Ms. Davis, and she's going to serve out the remainder of the term for Ms. Campbell. She in?
Come on up here,
How y'all doing? All right, let me tell Mr. Johnson, make this quick and brief. The point of the Student Government Association is to advocate for the students. Our goal is to make sure that communication between student and faculty is clear, is understood, is received, and that there are actions we have. So with that, if you, a student, have any concerns, email Mr. Johnson, Anton.Johnson, send him any concern, every concern, send it to Mr. Johnson. I ain't just like, I got his back, but you send it to Mr. Johnson, and I got his back that you will in fact get some help. Trust me, we got y'all.
Oh. They do say women running for real anyway, so looks like that may be true. We have any giveaways or anything we giving away today? Or
At the end.
At the end? Okay. That's all I have. Anything else? Okay.
We're over, so you got a minute.
You got a minute? Okay. Sorry about this. I was in the moment and skipped 2 slides. There we go. Upcoming, Go Fitness on tomorrow, 2 o'clock at MLK. Thanksgiving holiday size giveaway, November 22nd at 11, 1, 3, 5, and 6. This is where you need to speak with your SSS to select a pickup time. Family literacy with Ms. Pollock, November 29th. Come on up here, Ms. Pollock. November 29th, November 30th, and December 1st. This wonderful soul here will be instructing on family literacy, 3 sessions in her classroom, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Please definitely come. She is a wonderful person and an outstanding educator. Student holiday gift grab coming up in December. We received 200 boxes from Amazon. We had to give half of them away because we don't have storage for all of that stuff. But we've got some boxes of things that we are going to give you the opportunity to pick from so you can give some gifts during the holiday. That'll take place on December 16th from 10:30 to 6:30. On the 17th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Email wellness@ccprep-academy.org. One more. This is your wellness team. Darren, Mr. Newbern, outreach coordinator. Mr. Good, outreach specialist, and me, the manager. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, sorry, guys, just quickly, for those that have reached out and are expecting assistance with your resumes and cover letters, we are going to continue that after November 8th. So I appreciate you guys for being patient. We just want to make sure we get everything in place for you all. So Ms. Owens and I will be working on those resumes for those that have already reached out. And then we're going to be scheduling the ones that are looking to have their resumes worked on. But be sure to reach out to your instructor and your student support specialist to schedule out an appointment. Thank you, guys.
All right. Is Dr. O here? Oh, there you go. Y'all Redskin fans or Washington football team fans, make sure y'all go see her. Y'all need some therapy.
Yes.
I think that concludes our meeting for today. And thank you all for coming out. The culture committee is working on some fun activities for y'all, so be on the lookout for those things. You all have a great day.